Well, the British lawmakers have crushed Prime Minister Theresa May's Brexit deal again, pushing the UK into deeper crisis. The British lawmakers have voted against May's Brexit deal by 149 votes. The lawmakers will now vote on whether Britain should quit the European Union without a deal or not. The European Union has warned about the risks of a damaging no-deal Brexit and have made it clear that there would be no more negotiations with London on the divorce terms. The vote has now put UK in an uncharted territory with no obvious ways forward. Speaking after the vote, Theresa May stated that she remains committed to delivering Brexit and leaving the European Union in an orderly way.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. I profoundly regret the decision that this House has taken tonight. I continue to believe that by far the best outcome is that the United Kingdom leaves the European Union in an orderly fashion with a deal. And that the deal we've negotiated is the best and indeed the only deal available. But, Mr. Speaker, I would like to set out briefly how the government means to proceed. 2 weeks ago, I made a series of commitments from this dispatch box regarding the steps we would take in the event that this House rejected the deal on offer. I stand by those commitments in full. Therefore, tonight we will table a motion for debate tomorrow to test whether the House supports leaving the European Union without a deal on the 29th of March. The Leader of the House will shortly make an emergency business statement confirming the change to tomorrow's business. This is an issue of grave importance for the future of our country. Just like the referendum, there are strongly held and equally legitimate views on both sides. For that reason, I can confirm that this will be a free vote on this side of the House. I have personally struggled with this choice, as I'm sure many other honourable members will. I'm passionate about delivering the result of the referendum, but I equally passionately believe that the best way to do that is to leave in an orderly way with a deal. And I still believe that there is a majority in the House for that course of action. And I'm conscious also of my duties as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and of the potential damage to the Union that leaving without a deal could do when one part of our country is without devolved governance.
The Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn once again pressed for a general election and for the Labour Party to take over negotiations with the European Union.
The Labour Party has put that proposal, and we will put that proposal again, because the dangers of what the Prime Minister is proposing are basically that she carries on threatening us all with the danger of no deal, the danger of that, knowing full well the damage that will do to the British economy. This party will put forward our proposals again, which are about a negotiated customs union, access to the market and protection of rights. Those are the ones we'll put forward. We believe there may well be a majority for them, but there will also be the potential of negotiating them. The Prime Minister has run down the clock, and the clock has been run out on her. Maybe it's time instead we had a general election and the people could choose who their government should be.
The European Commission President Donald Tusk expressed his regret at the result of the vote and said that the European Union had done everything possible to reach an agreement here. He also noted that even if the UK voted to rule out a no deal and requested an extension to Article 50, a delay was not a given, as it would have to be considered by the remaining 27 European Union members. Our London Bureau Chief Mandy Clark gets us this report.
It was another crushing defeat for Theresa May. It wasn't as historic as that January defeat when the deal was first presented to the House, but it was very large. And we saw signs of that early defeat in the day when legal minds came up and said the deal she's put forward doesn't really represent the legally binding changes that she had promised. That was enough to convince Brexiteers and also the DUP, that's the Northern Irish Party, that she needs to support her deal, to simply say no. And without their support, that there was no real way this deal could pass through Parliament. So what's next? We will see a vote now on a no-deal Brexit. So she is allowing the House to decide whether they want Britain to leave the EU without a deal or not. She says it's a free vote, so MPs can vote with their conscience. She says she herself is going to vote that Britain should not leave with a no deal, that they should have an orderly exit. And by and large, the House agrees with this. Most people believe that a no deal situation is bad for the economy in Britain. So in all likelihood, we will see the House decide that they do not want a no deal situation. If that's the case, the very next day on Thursday, there will be a vote for the extension of Article 50, which simply means they will turn to Brussels and ask for more time to negotiate. Now, it's up to Brussels if they want to grant Britain that extra time. So still, even though they might not want a no-deal situation, Brussels may say no, and they might end out crashing out of the European Union. So it's still unclear, even after this defeat, exactly what we can expect by the end of the month. And the end of the month is when Brexit is due to take place, when Britain and the EU are supposed to part ways.